Bonsoir. Okay, so today's message, I'm going to start with the Time Island Wellness deck today, and let's see what this reading's going to be about. What is it this collective needs to hear today, please? What is today's message, please? Unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. Photograph, looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, and make new memories. Passion, insane chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. One more. Okay, and boat, receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. Obviously, this is someone that has a lot of love, a lot of passion, that there has been a lack of closure here. So let's say you haven't been in contact, or you broke up with someone a long time ago, and you never really got full closure from the ending of this. And this is someone that you love unconditionally, felt so strongly about, really thought that this was, your forever person, and you saw them as your true happiness. But perhaps you've been waiting for a long time to get closure from this person. And maybe as well, things have been coming up for you recently in your memories on your social media or your phone that include this person that is really bringing up a lot of emotions towards them, that you are becoming nostalgic and really missing this person. It could also be that this same person is missing you and looking at photos of you and is in your energy currently. But I think as well, this message speaks to me about someone who doesn't want to be angry anymore, was one thing, but the other thing is it's like you want to move on from this, and not out of anger, but just it's like, I don't wish ill on this person. I just wish that my desire for them would go away because I miss them and I want to be able to move on with my life. But you can't help that you still feel this passionate desire for them, that there's this magnetic pull. You still have memories of having fun with them. You still feel this insane chemistry for them, but the desire to want to be free from this is still there, like seesawing between the love and the wanting to just be over it already. Love. Oh, you got love call. So this is someone that wants to express their love for you, that they've been thinking about you, that they're missing you. It can be a phone call, but this also says someone expresses love, a message of love. So it could be a message too, but there's someone in your energy that definitely wants to express that, yes, they're still attracted to you, they still love you. And because this first love card is about unconditional love, this is someone that has always had love for you, even if there was anger, resentment, blaming. It's like underneath it all, there was still, you still have always had a place in their heart. And this is something that they really want to express to you, that it actually the feeling I'm getting is I'm actually feeling sadness. The sadness is like my chest feels tight, like this person really misses you and they're sad that there's no contact, sad that there's so much love here that isn't being expressed, and it's like feeling trapped by all this love that they just want to pour all over you, but it's trapped inside their chest and it feels heavy because I don't think this is someone that's come through to you yet. This is something that is going to happen. So currently the feeling I'm getting is this person feels very heavy in their chest, very heavy in their heart, because they have so much love that is unexpressed right now. But we'll get into it. Perhaps there's a reason that they're keeping it to themselves, but we'll keep going. Photograph. And this could also be something that's really, I think they've felt this way for a long time, but something, perhaps photographs have come up that have really amplified those feelings, like currently. Lightning. So yeah, under photograph you've got lightning. So something has suddenly come up in this person's life that has brought memories up of you, whether it's actual memories that have come up on their phone. You know how sometimes your phone will make little reels of memories, and so maybe something's come up on their phone, a reel that was made that of you two, but there's been something that shocked them. It's like, because this is a surprise epiphany. This person's obviously going through an epiphany right now when it comes to you. But whatever these photographs are, being nostalgic and wanting to make new memories, there's been an upheaval in their life that has caused them to now go and look back at what they had with you. I think it's a mixture of two things. One, there's been upheaval in their life that's forced them into a transformation. But due to this upheaval, it's almost like it was an electric shock to their system that then has made them go back to memories of you, and they're really nostalgic because they remember the peace and the love that they had when they were with you. And so they're longing for that, especially if right now their life is anything but peaceful. All right, passion. Even, side note, my incense normally when I'm doing a reading, it's very free flowing, and it's always making these really cool patterns, and it's like it just spreads out because there's no restriction. The energy's not restricted, and it's almost as if, because it's doing this straight pin line up, it's like the energy's very restricted, and that's how I'm feeling in here. It's a very anxious, like tight feeling. And I feel like that's this person. They're feeling very, it's like, yeah, it's this like being constricted, very tight in the chest. It's like almost making me breathless. And then that's what made me notice how my incense is literally like a pinstripe going straight up, when normally it's like flowing all over the place. So I think this person feels very like trapped in right now. Even I just heard like almost like getting it from all sides. So they're like squeezed in and they're getting it from every side. So they're feeling very like trapped, like a when you trap an animal kind of thing. Mirror. So even though you're in no contact with this, funnily enough, the mirroring is surprising when you actually do contact someone again and realize how much similar situations happened in each other's life, or how you went through certain things that it's like the same thing but opposite. How much you two are actually connected and linked in and mirroring each other, because under passion, which is insane chemistry, liking each other equally, having fun, you've got mirror. So you're mirroring each other, your self-images, your relationships reflect your wounds, introspection. So I actually think both of you in your own right is going through the exact same thing, and actually, even if you feel like you're not going through anything right now, how you're feeling internally, I think you're picking up their energy. and you're mistaking it for your own. But I actually think that the passion that this person has for you, you actually feel exactly the same. Like I said in the beginning, that chemistry, look, it's starting to free flow now. Although I'm still feeling that real tight feeling in it's like right here. You and this person, where'd that come from? Like each other equally. You both actually feel just as strongly you feel just as strongly for them as they do for you. But I think, again, both in your own right, you're restricting yourselves from expressing that. Maybe as well, if it's been a long time here, you might feel like you can't talk to anyone about how strong your feelings are for this person because society or the people around you, friends and family, would say that was over so long ago. You still think about them? What, like, you should be over them already. Like, let it go. Like, you know that you can't really open up to people about how much you feel for this person still. And I think it's the same for them because of the time here. But let's keep going. Boat. And perhaps as well, this person knows that there has been a lack of closure here for you and for them. I like you. So another card about someone likes you, romance is blooming, fun, flirting, wanting to date. And then camera on the bottom. So they're heavily in memories of you. They're reminiscing. Maybe you're reminiscing too. But this is, again, wanting to make new memories. But this specific one, this is about perception. And I think this person's perception of you is changing and they want to learn from the past here. So that's good. And this could have been something that really needed some time to heal. All right, let's just get straight into no communication messages. What is it this person wants to express to you? What are they feeling so constricted by? Who is this love call from? And what do they want to express? I don't even want to say it because, again, I said this the other day in one of my readings. I don't want to talk about twin flames anymore, and it's not because I don't believe in it. I do believe in the journey. I believe in masculine and feminine, karmic, soulmates. I still believe in all of that. But when every reading, it's hard to explain because I understand that I'm tapped into that collective. So naturally, that's what's going to keep coming out because my collective or collectives resonate with that journey too. And they also will keep being the ones watching these readings. So naturally, that's what's going to keep coming out. But I think where I'm at is not still believing in it, but not wanting to kind of use those labels excessively. I feel like I'm trying to, hopefully you get what I mean. It's not because I don't believe, I do. It's just I feel like it can be a distraction and it can make you hold on to something or prolong your healing in a lot of ways because of the label of it. But anyway, I said that because the first card out is that this is twin flame. This person knows about twin flames, they know about the journey, and they know that you're there, or they believe that you were their twin flame. You activated my soul to find my true purpose and destiny in life. That's good. You helped me heal in ways no one else could. And that, again, twin flames can feel more toxic than karmics because there is no hiding from your inner wounds. Twin flames really, you do activate each other in your pain and wounding, and there's no running from it. You really do mirror it to each other, and that's usually why separation ends up happening because it just gets so volatile that one of you runs from the connection because you just can't face the trauma. So no one else is going to bring that out in you. So naturally, when you're in the thick of it and it's the worst conflict and all this stuff, you will think each other is toxic and bring out the worst in one another. And in a way you do, because it needs to be healed. So no one else is going to break them open to heal in that way other than their twin flame. And I think they're understanding this now. And I think this is perhaps where their perception is changing. Perhaps for a long time, they put you in the category as a karmic, or I don't think they're going, that person is a karmic connection, but more that they're thinking this is just a toxic relationship and we don't work, we're not compatible. That's what they would have held on to for a long time. But their perception's changing now, and they're starting to understand what twin flames are, what this journey is about, what you awakened in them, why they've been through however much pain and trauma they've been through in their life. Thank you for finding me again this time around. Sorry, that was a big deviation. But perhaps this collective needs to hear that. Maybe you yourself are feeling kind of fed up with the labels. Maybe the collective I'm speaking to, maybe you're starting to feel like you don't really care if someone's your twin flame or not. You want to be more focused on what your purpose is and fulfilling that. And that's a good place to be. It doesn't mean you stop desiring union, and it doesn't mean that because you think of them, you're far behind. It just means that you're coming out of that agony that you can sit in for a long time because you want to focus on yourself. But anyway, this person definitely sees you as their twin flame, and they're missing you. Of course they are. I miss you. I wish things were different. I think you both miss each other. Others' opinions. And I feel bound by my culture and my family's beliefs on how I should live my life. I'm working towards breaking free from limiting myself based on their beliefs. So that could have been one of their biggest blocks, especially if they went to the family when you two were in conflict. You may have even gone to their family during conflict, trying to understand them better, asking them for help, and they did nothing but create more wedges between the two of you, wanted you two to separate, blamed you for your person's unhappiness, when really the root of their unhappiness, the root of their depression always came from the trauma from their family dynamic. But you were the easy scapegoat. And if you're used to being a scapegoat in your own family, that pain hurts doubly, because not only are you being rejected from your person, but you're already used to being rejected by your own family. Just a second. That just hit me like a truck. So I don't know if you're going through that or they're going through that. You're both probably going through that in some way, shape or form, because you're mirroring each other. But when you've grown up being the scapegoat in your family and you're used to them rejecting you, and then your person rejects you, especially it being a twin flame, not just any kind of ex or whatever. Not that you wouldn't have taken other breakups hard, but a twin flame breakup is agony, and you would know. So when you're rejected from them and their family, and they're choosing their family's opinions over you, it's a very painful rejection, because that's your trauma being reflected back to you. Your family seemingly rejecting you, then being rejected by the person you love with your whole heart, and their family. It's your wounds that are breaking you open. It's the last straw. It's the straw that breaks the camel's back, and it breaks you wide open, and you almost feel like you're not going to survive it. It's very painful, but it's frustrating to say, because I've even had moments where I've been like, why do I have to feel this much pain to be cracked open? You resent it for a while, but you realize once enough time passes that you have a perspective that other people are never going to have in this lifetime. And that's what a Kundalini awakening is. It's literally breaking open those core wounds to start helping you rise through the blockages and, you know, reach that divine version of yourself. So lots of deviations today. So you've got twin flame missing, your other's opinions. So clearly this person was impressionable and they cared what their family thought, they cared what their friends thought. Their ego and their fear took control of them in this situation, which caused them to reject you. I think they're aware of this now. And I think even just the things I'm saying, this person, I think, is coming to these realizations. For a long time, especially adding in the opinions of others, they put you in the category of toxic. I don't think they were actually thinking you're a bad person, but just that you two together were incompatible, that you two brought out the worst in each other, that you two were just too toxic together, and love wasn't enough. That was their thought process. And then they've had to go through certain initiations in this separation just as you did. You're mirroring each other. And I think this person's perception and their understanding now, other people's opinions and their fear and their ego, they're starting to realize that their perception was completely wrong. They're now being cracked open. And I think that's why I was feeling so tight in my chest, because it's almost like they're getting cracked open now the way you were when the separation first happened. And they do say that. I mean, you see a lot about, so say this is the masculine, and I feel like this is. The masculine feels the effects later, not because they don't have any sadness in the initial separation, they do, but they're very quick to distract, and they find distractions work, and they do things to numb it out, substances, drinking, getting attention from lots of other people. But then they hit a point where so many towers, so many physical things happen in their life that to break them down, that they end up hitting a wall. Distractions don't work anymore, but too many betrayals around them have happened and it breaks them down. And I think that's what's been happening here. This person's awakened to you being their twin. They miss you terribly, but ultimately I think they've always missed you, but they're realizing now that the people around them whose opinions influence them is something that they know they need to break free from. They need to stop caring what other people think. Especially because, sorry, I know I keep getting off this, but I think these messages are important. Especially because the people whose opinions they care so much about are the ones that initially gave them the trauma they already have. And then they tore them away from, I won't say they tore them away from you, because ultimately this person's an adult, they make their own choices and decisions. But this all played out the way it was supposed to play out. But they're thinking about the way they let the people that traumatized them to begin with affect their relationship with the person that wanted nothing but them to be the best version of themselves and believe in them so much. Listening to the wrong people. You, who they should have listened to, went through in one ear, out the other. But the people they shouldn't have listened to are the ones they listened to. My fantasy under twin flame. You're my fantasy. I have pictures and videos saved of you. There it is. You got photos, you got camera. This person's heavily reminiscing, and they definitely have things saved of you that they look over. And maybe they have some spicy photos of you saved that they use for inspiration. But oh yeah, it even says, and I use them for inspiration. I want you. That again, the passion, the chemistry, very strong. The desire is very strong. Missing you. Jealousy. I'm very jealous. I can barely stand it. So I think this person, especially if they can see even just your social media, if they have access to your social media, because they're so attracted to you, they are jealous of anyone that has access to you because they don't. So because you're not communicating, because you guys separated however long ago you separated, they don't know who you're spending time with. they could have an idea, but they don't really know anything for fact. So they are jealous, and it burns them up inside. They're jealous because they don't know who if you're giving yourself to anyone physically, like they don't know what's going on. So they're jealous to think that anyone else has your time and energy, because they also will remember how loving and how nurturing you were. So to think someone else is receiving that, it just burns them up. It's on. I see you looking good and moving on. I don't care who you're talking to. I'm better. I will compete for you. I mean, and that's under other people's opinions. So this kind of feels like this masculine really is waking up to not giving a shit what their friends and family think, because they know that you're who they want to be with, and they don't even care who you're entertaining right now, if anyone at all. They want to put in the effort. And this isn't they're at it 555 transformation. You're so special, with feeling lost poking out. Their feelings for you are so strong, and they want to be with you, and they're realizing what this connection is to them, that even if you were to reject them in the first instance, not give them the time of day, they're in a place now where it's not that it wouldn't bruise their ego, but it's kind of like, okay, I'm not going to give up. And they're going to keep trying to prove to you that they've changed and that they want you to give them another chance. They're not going to take one rejection from you as a flat out, okay, that's it for us forever now. They're determined, and that is a masculine energy, to be persevere and be determined. So even if your reception to them isn't the best first go, that's not going to deter them. And I don't mean in a stalking way, obsessively, but more like, I know I need to prove myself here, and I'm going to do it, and I want to do it. You're truly divine. I've never felt energy like yours before, and I can't get enough. All right, I just want to get how you're feeling right now. How is this collective feeling right now towards the masculine? I'm torn. It's been happening all week. I'm torn between whether I'm speaking, which collective I'm speaking to. We'll see what comes out here. Intimacy, give it time, everything in divine timing, a gold digger, spy. So I think, one, you've maybe been tempted recently to look in on the masculine social media, but I think also you're feeling them watching you. But intimacy, so you feel the chemistry with them just as much as they feel it for you, and it's the intensity for you isn't just about the sexual desire, although that is there, but the intimacy on like a deep soul level. That kind of buzz that you would feel when you're physically around that person, like their touch is almost like that electric shock, because the energy of you two being together is just electric. No one else can match that, and that's something that still is within you. But with this gold digger, they might have used you financially, but if not, it could just be that they left you feeling used with how they discarded this connection. But you're trusting in divine timing and trying to trust that the universe will bring this back in when the time is right. And that's all about when people learn their lessons and not just receive the lessons, like start to notice the repeated patterns, but actually start to integrate a better version of themselves, having learned what they needed to from those lessons. And I think you've been trying very hard to trust that the flow of things will bring this person back when you both are in the right place to be back together. All right, intimacy. Yeah, sexuality. Someone is still figuring themselves out. So I think that you feel that this masculine is that they need to learn some hard lessons here. That especially with that, they thought that or think that you two are toxic together. On their part, they understand what this connection is now, what you are. But I don't think you would know that this masculine has awakened, that they're really starting to understand now what you mean to them and what this connection really was and what they learnt from it and what they've learnt since you as well. I think you're hoping that the intensity of this connection is going to wake them up, that they will figure themselves out and figure out that this is something that they want too, just as much as you do. All right, give it time. Manifest. So tell the universe exactly what you want. So I think you're also trying to maintain a positive mindset as far as, this is my person who I want to end up with. This is who I want to have a family with. This is who I see my future with. And maintaining that level of the manifestation so that it will be attracted to you. Because manifesting is just, your body will allow what it thinks it can hold. So if you don't think that you can hold a relationship with this person, then you will repel it. So you're trying to create space in your energy that would allow your nervous system to hold a relationship with this person. You're trying to maintain that level so that you can manifest this in. And you might even be praying to the universe to bring this back in for you. But I think it's been a long time here, so maybe you're questioning it a little bit. Because give it time reflects to me that it's been some time since you've had any communication from them. And it might even be that you ask the universe for signs, you get them, but then so much time passes again that you start questioning the journey. Patience really is one of the hardest lessons to learn, especially in a society that is very very drawn to instant gratification, let's say. Gold digger. Always chasing that high. So when it's been months, years since you've heard from someone or had them in your life, it really is a hard lesson to learn because you're used to being able to have convenience and things come to you quickly. Distance. So there's distance here. There's physical distance, and again, that discarding of you and this connection, and then putting physical distance between the two of you. Again, when I said this person rejecting you and their family rejecting you in this connection, and them listening to their family after already feeling like you have been rejected by your own family, this person putting not just emotional distance between you two, but physical distance, would have felt soul destroying. Like I said, you would not have felt like it's something you were going to survive. Trying to allude to something without actually using the words. So hopefully you get what I'm saying here. But Mercury retrograde's important here. That literally started today. Mercury retrograde started today and it finishes on the 29th of November, although the shadow period is 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after. So it's more like several weeks of Mercury retrograde. But the shadow periods aren't as intense as the actual retrograde. So now, from now in the next 3 weeks, it's a period of reviewing things in your life. And I certainly think that this masculine is reviewing their connections in their life, the people they listened to, and the situation, the circumstances they're currently in, that they're away from you physically. When I see this card, I don't see this as like 30 minutes away. I'm talking like distances in different states, different countries, that kind of distance. You'd need to get on a plane to get to your person. For that to confirm feeling used, if you feel like you uprooted your life for this person, of course, the physical distance and the emotional distance, of course, that's going to make you feel used because you gave your all to this. And perhaps over these next 3 weeks, you're going to be questioning why you even want this person back after what's happened here. And that's reasonable to question that. But it doesn't change the fact that you still can't get past the intimacy here, how intensely you feel for them despite the damage caused. But this is what you're going to be, I think there's things that are going to come up for you over the next 3 weeks that are really going to reflect to you what it is you want in a partner, where you want your life to be, and what kind of partner you would need by your side to have the life that you desire, and manifesting that in. Taking the face away from the person. So whoever is going to embody that kind of partner for you, manifesting that in, rather than thinking it's a specific person that you want to come back. Alright, I'm going to get these confessions to dive in a bit deeper to your feelings for the masculine. Your current feelings for the masculine. Communication, and I love you. I need to talk to you and feel you close. I want to reach out to you. Please be open to receiving communication from me soon. Your response will encourage me greatly, and I'll be waiting to hear back from you. I think that this, to me, I don't think you may have reached out to them, but I think it's you craving hearing from them. Again, because of the time here. I love you. My love for you is infinite. We are bonded in I don't know why I said external. We are bonded in eternal love that is beyond space and time. Close your eyes and reach into this infinity. Know that this is real. I really want to reach out to you again. You might have even been praying to the universe. Get this person to message me. Get them to reach out, because you're like getting upset because it's been so long and you're starting to question if any of this is real. It's almost as if now when they're coming into realizing what you are and what twin flames are and realizing what this connection is, you're now starting to question whether this is all real while they're awakening to realizing this is real. I just saw that card, the Matrix card in this deck that says realize, realize, real eyes. No, real eyes, realize, real lies. Anyway, know that it is real. I really want to reach out to you and tell you how I feel. The love I have for you in my heart, cannot compare with anything. Remember always, my love, that I love you. So it's not that you don't love this masculine. I think you desperately want to hear from them. But then at the same time, you're trying to be better than that, not because you're not allowed to desire reconciliation, but because you don't want to be pulling on their energy like that, because it's like you're beating yourself up thinking every time I pull on their energy and so desperately want to hear from them, it's going to repel them away from me. And so you're still trying to really find your center, find balance with this, and not let the love consume you. But as again, mirroring, I think you're picking up their energy too and mistaking it for your own. Not because you don't desire them too, but if you've been going along well for a while and then suddenly you're feeling this strong urge to do things that you haven't done for a long time, like check their social media or obsessively get tarot readings or whatever, that's something that is being reflected to you because they're tugging at your energy. Meanwhile, you're worried that you're tugging at theirs, but it's just because you're picking up them. Hope that's making sense. Okay, so let's get what they're perceiving of this connection and what their real feelings. I mean, we got that with this. They obviously love you. They see you as their twin flame, but what's currently their main focus? The masculine, please. Okay, safety, stability, home with the root chakra, and that's the one of the masculine ruled chakras. courage. So they're working on their courage here. And again, because there's distance emotionally, physically, and there's been a long time here, they're trying to tap into that masculine energy that is and action orientated. They could have celebrations going on in their life right now, and that also actually might be why they're activated, because it's something that they want to tell you. It's like whether something good happens to them or something bad happens to them, it's like you're the person they want to tell. So if there's something in their life that they've achieved that they're proud of, or that is going well for them and they're celebrating, and you're not there to celebrate with them, and then that's almost creating a tinge of sadness to a celebration, because they wish that you were there to celebrate with them. And that's creating this energy now where they're trying to tap into their courage to come towards you, to reach out. But I think that they know that they want to be able to offer you something real, something stable, especially, again, because if there's distance that was put between you, or not if, there was distance put between you, that would have created instability for you. And they know that. So coming in, they need to not just be determined, but actually have a real offer to present you. Something safe, something stable. So they need to feel safe and stable within them. So perhaps that's their main focus right now, is to create stability and safety within themselves, to build that courage, to persist with this, to be determined towards you, to take action and be brave. But as well, they want to celebrate with you. And they could be going over celebrations that you two shared together as well, like anniversaries or just happy times. Okay, so yeah, blast from the past. So they're currently going over memories right now where you two celebrated together, where you two were enjoying each other and having fun, going dancing, celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, like I said. And they want to enjoy and make new memories with you, fun, celebratory memories with you. But there is something that has come up for them recently. Perhaps they've just had a birthday or something, and they have memories of you really spoiling them for their birthday. And so that memory has really hit them hard recently, and they're very nostalgic. They're very much reminiscing right now over times enjoyed with you, memories that they shared with you that are happy ones. For under courage, you've got divine feminine. I'm hearing two things for that. One, that obviously they got twin flames in this deck. They see you as their twin flame. So one, I think they're seeing you as the divine feminine, and their memories of you are being very compassionate and nurturing, very receptive to them and their flaws, accepting them as they are, even when they were hurting you. So that's something that's hard to forget. Someone that truly believes in you more than their own family. That's the memory. But also them tapping into their own feminine energy, needing to tap into their empathy, their compassion, being brave to come towards you isn't about being hard and direct and forceful. It's about approaching with calmness and safety and nurturing the person that they say they love. When you know you've hurt someone, coming in with compassion and understanding that they're hurt by your actions, but you need to be brave and step up and be determined to show them that you can hold space for them and be kind. I think they understand that they need to be kind here. And that's a reflection on you, because I think that they're also reminiscing over your kindness, your pure heart. And I'm not saying this person doesn't have a pure heart too, but you handle things differently. And I think this person lacked empathy before. And whatever's cracked them open, it's really creating that space for them to tap into that empathy, that compassion back towards you. The same compassion and empathy you gave them, they need to have that for you. And they need to be brave and show up for you in that compassionate way. Root chakra. twice, distance. This is a big detail here. This masculine is going over the distance put here in here. Physically, the distance that they have to travel to come to you, which would also be why they would be questioning their home life, their stability, their safety, because if they know that they're going to be required to come travel to be with you, they need to be able to create a safe, stable home where you are. And that takes work, planning, determination, perseverance. So if they're really finding their masculine energy, I think as well they're going over how they created instability in their own home life. Especially if they felt so at peace and so at home with you. Yes, there was conflict, and yes, it tore you two apart in the end with people's added influence. But when you two were together and happy, how peaceful and balanced they were and how stable they were. And then when everything ended, I don't think they've found peace since then. They haven't had stability in the home life or felt that comfort and security that they did when they were with you. But the distance here is a big detail that they go over. I think that they constantly think about the block that the distance creates. And what happened here, how they ended things, how they put the physical distance in between you two. Children. So you could already have a child, they could already have a child, but there is if they uprooted your life and there was a child already involved, of course they're going to be racked with guilt, because it's bad enough to mess up your life and your stability if you have for yourself, for your own sanity. But if you have a child that's dependent on you and they destroyed you like that, if they're coming in with anything but compassion and empathy, I think that this person is going over a lot of their mistakes right now. Yeah, attachments, codependency, avoidant, anxiety. I think this is a classic anxious attached and anxiously avoidant situation. Did you hear that, Mummy? Confirmation. Okay. So the attachments that you have to a child, to wanting to have children with this person as well. You need stability and safety if you're going to have a child with someone, and sometimes those circumstances don't play out that way. But if you were planning to have children with this person, they in their mind were thinking of having children with you, knowing that they need to heal this avoidant tendencies, because if they're going to close the distance between you two and want to have children, they can't just drop you and run away when things get tough. Again, like I said, it's bad enough when they're just doing it to you, but when there's innocent children involved, it's just not acceptable to run. And I think this person is really heavily going over what they've done here, but also what can I offer moving forward? If I come back to my feminine, can I offer them stability? Yes, I want to make new memories and I want to have a home with them and have children, but do I have what it takes to persevere here and go the distance? Because I guarantee you that this masculine doesn't want to repeat this cycle. So I think that, home on the bottom. Eyes are the window to the soul. They loved the way you looked at them. That might have even been something they said. It's like the love you had for them, when you would look at them, they could just feel that love. You just looked at them with just complete adoration, and they miss that. They don't have anyone in their life that, yes, they might have a mum that loves them because they're their child, but the love of a twin flame or a soulmate, whatever, that kind of love it's divine. It's something that, it's not a mother's love. That's a different kind of love to this. You are their home and they want to come home to you. So it doesn't matter that, say if they have to leave home from where they are now to come to be with you. You're their home. Doesn't matter where you are, that's where home is. So you could be next door or across the world. Wherever you are, that's where home is. So they're not really leaving home, they're coming home. Okay. Let's get the universal truth with this deck. What is the truth of this connection? What's coming? What is the truth of this connection currently and what is coming? So the top row will be what the universal truth is of this connection. The bottom row will be what's to come. Okay, so there's about to be a catalyst here. Something is going to be ignited here to create reconnection, or at least break this no contact that you're currently in. But there is going to be effort required here, but there is going to be something to ignite this connection again and get things going. Number 33. Sun, the happiest card in the deck. This is a big fat yes. Literally says yes, exclamation mark, but energy, power, climax, fulfilled, pride, radiance, success, vigor. This is the divine masculine. It literally says divine masculine. Daytime, victory, happy, warm. And for that to come after bellows, that's literally igniting something, fanning the flames, and the sun is all fire. It feels as though the masculine is getting pushed heavily by the divine to take action here. That you are their home, you're where their happiness is, that they can have success with you. Queen of Water, so you could be a Scorpio, but you don't have to be, but this is within 3 to 6 months during the fall, but October 22nd or November 21st. It's the 9th today, so maybe jot down November 21st and see if something happens before or by that date. But this is death. This relationship had to end, or however many times you two broke up and got back together, but the last time you two separated, it had to separate because there were things that you both were running from that needed to be learned. Them, their avoidant tendencies and their tendency to run, and yours to heal that abandonment wound within you and that feeling of needing to prove yourself to someone to be loved. There's some deep lessons that need to be learned here, and what you're willing to put up with for love. But in this deck, the Death card is also about being focused and passionate. Really using your deep psychic abilities and being perceptive, seeing things from, seeing through the facade of what things look like physically and knowing what things really are going to be in your future. But getting going, getting things going, effort required, focused, the masculine being focused on this connection and wanting to ignite the flames again, wanting to be determined and persevere through this. Things had to end so that a new beginning could happen here as better versions of each other. Another travel card. But cardinal, so that's Aries, Cancer, Libra, or is that Taurus, Cancer, Libra? I always get the bull horns mixed up with the ram horns, and I never know which is which. I think that's Aries, but this is start of a season, so this is the beginning of a cycle right now. I think they're at the beginning of their awakening, basically. But you've got the compass. This is true north, discovering their way home to you. But life path, seeking the truth, direction, finding their way, knowing where you're going, make a plan, explore. Number 22. So the truth of this connection is things are being ignited behind the scenes to create an energy of reawakening this connection again and creating real change, real evolution here. This is just the beginning. So even though it has been a long time here, you're at the beginning of a new cycle where things are going to start to turn around here, and you're going to find your way back to one another. Okay, so what's coming then? Number 36, church. So this is principle, religion, dogma, family values, but this is also marriage and collective consciousness. This collective, if marriage is something that you're wanting, then that's something that they're saying is coming for you. Creating structure together, but also understanding what your mutual core values are, like your fundamentals that you two need, and breaking from tradition and that societal programming. Remember, they got their cultural beliefs got in the way here. Their family's beliefs got in the way here. So it's about breaking that programming and that belief system that they've grown up with, to create their own structure and how they want to, or how the both of you want to live your lives out. Is there a 31st of February? The letter A is important here. That's an initial. But rising above, ability, strategy, skill, focus, a transition. So right now they're going through this transition, especially where their values are concerned, and their family's beliefs and the things that they've been bound by, those limiting beliefs. They're going through those changes right now, and they're being guided to reach their higher self. But as well, this says third eye, far-reaching vision. So their vision of their future and what that looks like with you is being activated here. Okay, so underneath death, you've got let it be. So this is saying it's at the moment 3 to 6 months. This time is to really self-reflect and think over everything. Thinking over the end of why things ended, how they ended, but then also reflecting on what you want for your future, what they want for their future, and really going within and resting and finding completion within yourself, detaching from when this is going to happen. Just let it be for now. It's not about if it's going to happen, but you're anxious about when is this going to happen, because it's already been however long it's been and you're feeling impatient. Let it be and detach from the when of it, the timing of it. But they are being guided and inspired to take action here. They are being given the signs. It's up to them to take action though. Fixed, which is, okay, so that was Aries. So this is Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo. So those signs could be significant, but this is the middle of a season. I really think that this masculine is at the beginning of their awakening. So it's not the time right now. They're just beginning this cycle, but it is leading them to transform into the person that could be your partner. They need to be focused on their own purpose and being driven towards that. They need to work on their own stability so that they can be reliable, someone that you can count on, someone that doesn't become flighty when things are hard, or go to people that are only going to have negative opinions of you and be influenced by that. They need their confidence will come from the drive to fulfill their own purpose. They're not going to feel stable until they do that. Then that will create that boldness in them to be brave and come towards you. So until that happens, until they take that inspired action that they're being guided to take and really focus on their internal work and doing the work, it won't be time yet, because you run the risk of repeating the same thing that happened last time. If you try to make it happen sooner than it's ready to happen. All right, compass. But I do see this Queen of Water as over the next 3 to 6 months, they're really going to be going through this transformation. The letter A definitely is an initial here. But this is albatross, a good omen, calm, monogamy, and stamina. But this is also baggage, burdens, feeling cursed, guilt, shame, regret. I think especially with the distance and there being children involved, this person naturally, if they're not a narcissist, is going to feel shame and regret and a lot of guilt. And if they can't overcome that, then they will potentially sabotage any new beginning with you anyway. So they need to work through that before they can make any moves towards you anyway. So that is what they're being guided through right now. Pisces could be important, but this says 6 to 9 months during the winter, Feb 22nd to March 21st, but this is the moon. So this is things that you can't see yet. And this has to happen just how you would have gone through your awakening alone. They're going to go through their awakening alone. You weren't there, they weren't there to help you through it. So if you try to be there for them and help them through it, then they're not going to learn it the way you did, and it might stunt their growth. But they need to face this mountain on their own. The obstacles that they face this says 21st of August too. But I think if you try to help them, if you interrupt their dark night of their soul, their awakening, then it's going to create delays for this connection. But you might even feel blocked from their energy. You might feel a coldness, like an indifference from them, which might feel really painful. But that barrier is there because they have these obstacles that they have to face themselves. They need to become a problem solver in their own life. Instead of running from things, they need to find solutions to problems and learn from them. So I still think that it's going to feel a bit distant for now. This isn't a reconciliation type energy. This feels like something that's just beginning. And your patience will be tested here because this feels like it's still a ways away. With the underneath that, number 23, you've got yarn, which is about complicated circumstances. And I think because there's distance here, this even says distant on it. This person is kind of tied up in their life right now. And I think because one of their main focuses is that there's distance between you two, it feels like a problem that's, I'm hearing insurmountable, but that's just a burden in their mind right now. That's the baggage that they're part of the baggage that they're carrying, the burden of feeling how there's so much distance between you two and how they feel tied up in their complicated circumstances where they are right now. So that's why I think even the next 6 to 9 months, this masculine will be working through a lot of that baggage. And it has to happen. And if, again, like I said, if you tried to help them or interrupted it in any way, it's just going to delay things. So you have to just be able to be strong in yourself and focus on yourself for now. They have to get themselves out of this tangled web that they've created, because doing that will help them come into their own divinity, their own strength, their own masculine energy. If they have problems to face in their life, and you leave them to face those problems and fix things and find solutions on their own, they will then become a stronger energy, someone that can face adversity head on and not run from their problems or go to other people for advice and be easily led. This is someone that needs to be able to face up to things and come out the other side of it. Because when they do, they then look back and go, yeah, that was hard. Yeah, that was painful, but I made it out the other side. And also, what did I learn from this? And that then makes them a better partner too, because that you two can face obstacles together. But they need to have that time for that growth. Okay, so what do you need to surrender to? And then we'll get you a divine door. What do you need to surrender to? Telepathic messages. There are messages being exchanged through music and movies. Listen carefully and trust what you hear. Number 2. One, timing and intentions. We need to wait for divine timing. Time is healing our wounds and creating the perfect conditions for our reunion. So just keep trusting. Give it time. I was not expecting that card. You've literally got the 1 union card. We are coming into union, 11:11. I was not expecting that. You show up in my dreams. It helps me process buried memories. Number 8, so the 2nd of August, 111. But I actually think this is saying, because that's come after timing and intentions, I honestly think that this person, they are guiding this person back to union with you. But that journey on the way to union with you requires growth and self-imposed isolation and going through self-reflection. That's what the timing is here. Once they've gone through that and they've learnt the lessons, there will be divine orchestration to bring you two back together despite the distance. And that's the thing. When reconciliation is imminent, things will just line up because the universe has made it so. So it doesn't matter, again, whether you're next door or on the other side of the world from this person. When the time is ready, when you two are in alignment and ready to come back into union, doors will open, opportunities will be presented. The distance will just be closed in and everything will work in your favor to create that distance to be closed in. You won't have to battle to get it to happen. Yeah, they're family. This is my family interference card. So this is the biggest lesson they're needing to learn here, is to cut themselves off from, not cut themselves off as in no contact with their family, but set some serious boundaries with their family. And if their complicated circumstances are tied in with their family, if they live with their family, if their finances are tied up with their family, if their job's tied up with their family, those are things that are being worked through right now. The divine has a hold of this and they're working through these things to release these karmic attachments. I'm not happy. Karma, which is behaviors, people and or situations, is playing a role in what's happening with me, and it's hard for me to see a way out. It's hard for them to see a way out now, but they can release themselves. They can break free whenever they want. They're trapped in their mind about it, and they're trapped by the opinions of others. This is what they're being guided to break free from right now. I'm trying to understand how my thoughts create my reality. I know I need to stay positive. Are you? New Year's, 1st of Jan. 8 again. August is important here. 88, you could be 88 babies, but you're projecting your own fears and limitations onto me. Go within to understand that you are seeing yourself, not me. 11th of August. Yeah, there definitely is children involved, because then on the bottom you've got karmic ties again, number 4, but my/your children need to come first. Trust that they are part of our plan. If neither of you have children, this also says our inner children need to come first. But with that children card coming out in their part, they definitely know that if you have a child, that child has to be the priority. Their stability, their safety, their home needs to be a priority. And that means that you need to take care of you so that you can take care of that child. So for them to come in, they need to be stable, and they need to be able to offer you something that is real and stable and safe, not just for you, but for your child. They need to get their ducks in a row so that they know that they can offer that. They're very aware of this. They know that children need to come first. So they need to be a steady, devoted partner to you. To not create any upheaval, basically. Instability is the last thing you need. Where's my divine door? Oh, here. Just quickly, I'm going to get a spirit animal for you both. One for you, one for them. And then we'll do the divine door. The divine masculines at current energy, please. The elk, that's literally the masculine. The swan. If you'd got the deer and the elk, that would have been epic, but still, with the oyster, the hidden treasure within, the pearl within, the magic that you both have within. That's so funny, because that's a twin. That to me in that deck is a 20 card, and that is literally the divine masculine. And that's is that fire or earth? It's earth. So earth and water. What's that? Here. Stable, resilient, headstrong, the father. So as well, if this masculine wants to be a father, they need to embody the version of themselves, or the version of a father that they would have wanted, that they didn't get. And that requires being stable, being consistent, being reliable. Stable, resilient, headstrong, the father. The great elk represents the earth element in its masculine form. This means it provides underlying support and stability amidst life's many changes. An elk personality, whether male or female, is fully established in themselves and knows their core values. They become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold those values. Sometimes the elk's ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make damn good fathers, mothers, lovers, and friends. The world needs more elk energy. It's very good energy for them to be in. I think they want to embody this as well. When in balance, supportive, kind, and I said that, they need to be kind because they were very unkind and cold in the past, and consistent. Consistency is key here. When out of balance, pretentious and high and mighty, putting themselves in that ivory tower, like they're the ones that you should be chasing them, and that they're the ones that are too good for you type mentality. To bring into balance, eat and drink more consciously. So they could be really focusing on their diet and their exercise right now to clear their mind. All right, now the feminine is the swan. effortless creativity, sensitive, mystic, and elegant power. The swan represents heightened creativity. In Hindu mythology, the goddess Saraswati, which is the embodiment of language, creativity, and artistry, rides on the back of this graceful creature. The swan is ready to take us there, to the fluid realm of writing, creating, and reflecting. This potent and healing energy is not to be taken for granted or taken lightly. When the swan card appears, your soul is calling for attention, for solo time, an inner voice is waiting to be heard, and an inner vision likely to be revealed. When in balance, infinite creative power. When out of balance, agitated, snippy, and lacking vision. To bring into balance, solo time and writing. So you might need to journal to express the tornado that you feel inside when it comes to this person, to help get it out of your body and onto paper. Just journaling. But in whatever capacity, creativity helps you center yourself. All right, closing message for this collective, please. Birth. I really feel like maybe you two are going to have a child if you don't already have one together, because there's a lot about children, and now this is birth. Another gateway appears in view. New life is unfolding with blessings to you, but just birthing a new relationship, the beginning of a new journey for the two of you. Birth is just another way of saying a brand new beginning, a fresh start. So let divine timing do its thing here and allow this person to step into that elk energy, because if you try and rush it, it just prolongs it even further. So just try to stay balanced and keep focusing on you, and this will come in when it's meant to.